I should actually get my own view up on this thing because for some reason I'm like, I don't want to see my face. And like, no, I should actually have my face on. Zoom will let me.
I love your face.
You. I'm starting to like it too. Oh, I like my face. It's very nice. I'm just gonna start getting some spotlights on everybody here.
The face the same.
Faces.
But the faces.
Gonna have to face some real man.
Look at that good-looking group of people.
It's great to see everybody again. I got my window open for some reason, so I'm gonna close that while I go. But hi everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Bubbly.
Excellent.
Excellent. Fantastic. I just had eggs today, which was great. Wow.
Yay, eggs.
Yay, eggs. What here? Hi everybody. Welcome to our little campaign for Curse of Strahd. My name is Liam McKinnon. I am the dungeon master for this. I guess, yeah, go around today is all of our wonderful friends. Anybody else have really good egg story to share?
I sawed wood today.
You sawed wood
Absolutely
today.
nothing. All I had.
It's like it's not nothing to do with eggs, but David sawed
egg. I sawed wood in an excellent manner.
It's quality content right there. Fantastic. Well, hi everybody. Liam is getting everything set up right now because, of course, Liam is noticing all the nitpicky little details he's got for himself. But he's very excited to have everybody here. It's been a little while since we've all been together, so it's been fabulous to see these wonderful people. Yeah, nothing really crazy to announce except that it is July presently while we're doing this, and I'm really excited because I'm going to be in a Fringe show at the Edmonton Fringe. Yeah, woo-hoo, yeah, Fringe dance. At the Fringe Festival for this year, I'm going to be in a play called The Mine, which is directed by Will McIntosh. It's a wonderful, like Russian miners trapped underground ghost story. I'm really excited for it. We had our first run through, really, and it's coming along really well. I'm really excited. The crew is great. The cast is awesome. Yeah, it's great. I'm really excited, and it's been like 6 years since I've been in a Fringe show. So yeah, we'll get to do that again. Yeah, I don't think there's really any major announcements on stuff other than that. Yeah, I this is a little bit of like kind of like a boosting thing. This last weekend I was part of an event that was run by an Edmonton group for tabletop gaming called the Resplendent Cave. They are they're a D&D company that's here, or I believe it's a tabletop company, but I think they mainly run D&D games. And they ran an event in Chinatown in Edmonton, and it was a fantastic event. It was a big community game. It's a mega game that was inspired by China.
Nice.
Did we lose sound?
We've lost you, Liam. We've lost your sound. Nope. Not yet.
It doesn't say you're muted. It just said your sound is gone.
There we go.
Is that good?
Yep.
Yep. Do you unplug your mic?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yep.
Hear you
well,
now.
Fantastic. Okay, there we go. It's not even I unplugged it. I moved it because, of course, I would. So I moved my mic. So yeah, no, Kevin was running the event, or he kind of like produces the event, and they had a whole bunch of GMs there, and I was the merchant for the event, so that was really fun. Got to just like sell people items and do like bartering and everything. It was like yeah, it was like playing a little NPC. It was great.
Really cool.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to kind of like talk about or discuss on that front. Yeah. Before I get into questions, though, I did have just a little like a housekeeping thing for the last session, just because David came in later and Kylah came in also a little later. What was it? The very first thing, we don't have to necessarily have a scene about this, but David, during the encampment time with the party with Stanimir, Wystera was talking with Kari during that whole process. So Kari and Wystera had their whole thing discussing the what was it called? Just like kind of arcane magic spells and all that kind of stuff. Like she was working with you at that process. And this is something for to remember. When you guys were all running up the hill in Krezk to get to the Abbey of St. Martikovia, some of you have maintained levels of exhaustion due to not being able to get up the hill just because it was like just so physically taxing. And so you guys had to like, rush up it. Squally, you have 2 levels of exhaustion. Yeah, Wystera has 1. Does anybody else have a level of exhaustion? No, I don't think Kari did either. Oh, yeah, no, Kari has 1 level of exhaustion. It's right up at the top.
So
there we go.
with the 2 levels, that means my speed is halved and I have disadvantage.
On ability checks, yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Okay, with all that out of the way, does anybody have any questions off at the top?
Actually, yeah, sorry, Noah, did you use any spells?
No. No. Because we did the we fought the little mutant creatures and charged through. Liam, I don't think I did, right? I never announced that I was using a spell.
No,
Squally.
there was an element of Squally that was used, but it had nothing to do with spells.
Yeah.
No.
Element? What kind of element?
Oh, I'll tell you in the recap because it was very funny and very fun.
Oh, was it the wind? Okay, never mind, I got it.
It was the wind. Okay, so as we are coming back, let us dive into this wonderful July special day. I don't know why it's a special day. It's the 31st. Yeah, congratulations. Let's dive into this session for Curse of Strahd. July special day, music, for a day that is special for some reason, but I
High
don't.
production values.
Yes, everything you ever wanted can come true for you.
That was really good.
Man alive, if you ever needed a jingle. Okay, so when last we left off for the campaign for Curse of Strahd, our wonderful group of adventurers was reconnected with Stanimir, the Vistani elder, who had aided them in a combat against 17 wolves. He had taken them to a small encampment that he had for himself, and through a firelight kind of like what is it called, a visual aid, he had displayed to you all a card reading that he received involving his family, his son Radka, his daughter Damia, and himself, where the cards that were indicated were reversed trader card, a reversed seer card, and a merchant card, which prompted Stanimir to give you guys some items that you could all have distributed amongst yourselves. I'm sure that Padon, Noah, you guys marked down those items and would be able to pass them off or let them know about those. But you guys all encamped out for the day. Then you had all begun to go off onto the road. As you were traveling, you had an encounter with 2 dire wolves that you guys were able to lay very quick waste to. and you were making your way to Krezk. The reason for your guys' travel to Krezk, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but I believe you were all heading there to meet with. Were you guys meeting somebody? I'm trying to remember just off the top of my head.
You went to Krezk. No, I'm totally blank.
Yeah, I have it right here. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds.
Can I just say, I think it's because of the wings.
Were we?
Rest.
We were gonna go visit the Abbott because
I feel like we were going to see. Yeah, we were looking for.
Yeah.
It was. We were
Yeah.
going to the Abbott because we
The
were
Abbott.
looking for the person that Strahd
Yes.
wanted us to find.
That's right. You guys were tasked with finding Esmeralda, this person that what is it called? You were tasked with finding this person that had attempted to attack Strahd when he was at the Abbott. The Abbott was what was it called? At the actual Abbey, Strahd had went to go and visit the Abbott, and then was attacked at the Abbey by some assailant of sorts, and he had asked for you to go and find this person and to bring back her leg. You were all heading to Krezk and noticed that the entire village was on fire. You had gone in, and like little pockets of smoke in the nighttime sky, or little pockets of smoke in the night, you had all seen that the mongrel folk that are within the Abbey of Saint Martikovia, it was had been let loose onto the village, and there was no sign that there was assistance or aid. You had all seen that the guards folk were trying to take care of the situation but couldn't, so you all tried to help with Eren and Sly aiding in fending off and doing quite a very good job at fighting off these mongrel folk. Other people trying to acquire supplies with Stanimir and Wystera. And Squally and Kari trying to help the citizens with the houses. Squally, you were trying to put out the fires with the wind. Unfortunately, the air supply that you were getting, the wind caused the fire to get bigger. And so yeah, but it was later taken care of. You guys all saw that Irina was kind of helping, said that was allowing people to go to the pool to be able to use some of the water. You also noticed in the village that there was a very familiar individual that you guys had all seen at Castle Ravenloft, who had promptly pushed one of you into one of the teleporting traps and then turned into a werewolf. This is Emil, who you guys had all seen in the Castle Ravenloft before was here, aiding in some way with the people. Sly, you caught in your smoke-filled rage, carried yourself over towards facing off against or trying to kill as many more mongrel folk that had retreated to the Abbey as possible. And going there, you saw that some of them were hiding in these cells, and when they did, you faced off against what was a flesh golem, and you promptly fought it, but you also had to get out of there because that thing was like laying waste to your body, and everybody else was trying to hurry up to get to you. In that rush, though, pushing themselves to their physical physical limits. You all got to the Abbey, and then you met the Abbot, who seemed slightly concerned and was in the main hall tending to Vasilka. And all of you with Emil began to go into the space. Eren, you entrusted Stanimir with Rufus, and all of you are now presently in the main hall. The doors closed. One little thing I want to make notice only to Squally. As you are all entering in, Squally, you are like kind of like Like you are like it's spent, just like in terms of just your breath. So you take a moment to breathe and take some time. As you do, you notice that near the entrance of the actual abbey itself, there is a pool of water off to kind of the side. It's kind of like beginning to what is it called? It's not dissolute, I believe, but it is beginning to evaporate, and there's very little water remaining. But you do catch it passively. Everybody else just moving in to the actual space. As you all enter into the main hall, the abbot is immediately going back to this long table that is set in the center of the chamber. Before him, you can see that there is a golden sun upon a fireplace where the fire is burning. He goes off to the opposite end where at the fire, he is working right now on the arm of Vasilka with a sewing kit, and he begins to kind of just work very finely, very gently to close up. Seems to be some kind of wound on Vasilka's arm. All of you are now present in this space. What do you all do here in this moment? And I'll let you know in this chamber, there are two staircases. There's one that goes down and one that goes up. With like kind of like as the staircase kind of begins to go up, there's like a little hole up in the wall or up in the ceiling above you as you can begin to ascend. But yeah, what are you guys doing right now while you were in the Abbott's presence?
Does Squally notice where the water is coming from?
So the water was at the main entrance of the actual abbey, not the main chamber. Go ahead and make a nature check just on that.
With disadvantage or just in general?
Yes, with disadvantage.
Man.
3?
No. Uh, 11.
Nice.
11 with a disadvantage. Okay. Honestly, rainfall hasn't seemed to be kind of coming through across this area. And it could have just been simply like, yeah, it could have just been some rain from a while ago, but you don't really think it's the case. I mean, it could have been spilt water, but what you kind of noticed more was like blood, and it wasn't really mixed in with it. It's also in a weird place. It couldn't just be like dripping from the actual roof or the ledges of the abbey. And then part of you remembers one of your Nephites vanishing someplace, and the puddle itself, even though it's beginning to evaporate, or not evaporate, but as the water begins to get smaller, the puddle is approximately in the size that creature could have been at a given space.
Oh, me feet.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, Wystera, weak as she is, approaches the abbot. What has happened here and in this village? The village is on fire, and your bride has been injured. What's happened?
The fire's warmth is felt by all of you in this moment. The light coming across, the shadows cast from the candelabras on the table, you all kind of feel the weight of this chamber. The abbot speaks softly, but with the ambience that is brought in with the high ceilings here, his voice can be heard by all of you. I have made a grave error in judgment. Anyone who wants to can make an insight check.
Seven.
It's a 15 from Sly.
3.
Okay. Wystera and Eren, both of you receive and feel that the abbot is distraught and shame, feeling a tremendous amount of shame and sadness, and as if that they have allowed the weight of the world to just drop, and you can just feel it's just tragic. Like, you can feel this person is emotionally just sad, which is so odd for such a powerful creature, but truly it's moving to know that a creature like this can be brought to sadness, and feel some shame. We'll get to your Sly in a moment. The abbot expresses, again, kind of having their headdress they kind of wear is present, but they have set it to the side on the table. And their hair, which is like a fine white, is brought back in a very short cut. And you can just see that they are trying to hide their face in their work as they begin to sew, begin to stitch the silka. I allowed a traveler to come to the abbey who sought sanctuary. I thought I was doing the Morning Lord's business to grant a mortal a place to rest. She did not lie. She gave me her true name, Esmeralda. And I could see that she was one of the blessed people. And so I thought I was doing a good deed. I let her into the abbey. And I allowed a murderous, treacherous villain to enter here. I allowed her to come under a false guise, and she had attempted to assassinate the count in these lands, and in the ensuing conflict had scarred my bride. And now she has escaped. I made sure that I ordered the mongrel folk to go out and find her, and they, of course, went on their more bestial instincts and did not find anything, as far as I know. I hope that some of them were able to put aside their petty hunger and were able to be of some use, finally, and prove not to be a failure. He continues to sew. Sly, you're listening to the abbots, and you start to listen in specifically on what the focus is of the words. Now, I want to ask Sly, what is his general impression and thought process in just the Abbey and the Abbot in general? Like, what is the relationship really that you have really had with this place, and how has it really been carrying over for yourself?
That's where we've been resurrected, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It's a strange, not bittersweet, but like double-edged feeling, because he somewhat understands that he owes his life, like being alive right now, to this place and this person, but he doesn't trust the forces in how that happened. Like, he doesn't understand the idea of how something that, like, because he's done lots of killing in his past, how something that should be dead is back, and he doesn't really trust the motives of the Abbot.
Okay.
Like, it's like he's a cynical like feeling towards it. Like, what's the Abbot supposed to gain from, like, there's got to be something more behind his motives.
Right.
So there's like, he's grateful, but also incredibly unsure and skeptical.
Sly, you deduce a few things here, and they're all very revealing. First of all, you detect that the Abbot is not just sad. The Abbot is angry. He's furious, and he's seething with a wavering, like he's dancing on the line of something. He sounds as if you can feel that the Abbot is like leading up to something, and it's motivated by anger and rage. Which is very interesting, because you've not experienced those emotions coming from this individual before. You can see that they don't wear it well. When the Abbot is mad, there's a attempt to go back to gentleness, but you can see the shaking. Like, his fingers are at ease, but his body is on edge. Like, he has put position aside, and a lot of things are just kind of like, there's something to him that is just, you're feeling that cynical. It's not even just cynical, it's just that feeling of that double-edged sword kind of thing. Like, there's this powerful, wondrous individual, and now that person is emotionally distressed, but it's not uncontrolled either. They are in full control of themselves, and they are just, it seems as if that they are trying to keep a level of calmness within the presence of people, although they are also fuming. The gentleness of the fingers is odd to you as well. You start to notice and look at Vasilka and the Abbot, and seeing that they are suturing a wound right now. I want Sly to make a nature check for me, please.
So another 15.
Another 15. Okay. Sly, how shaken were you when you went into the cells by the with the mongrels, when you were hunting them and you saw that thing? How shaken were you by that? You were in a rage, but like, how much of a moment for you was it that you faced that thing?
The golem?
Yeah, the creature
just
of
like
graft skin body parts and different like skin tones and textures and masses of muscle. Yeah.
I mean, I think Sly was just because all the other mongrels were kind of similar, grotesque looking, right?
Similar, but they were still like they were more deformed creatures of like still natural elements. This was a complete like construct. This was a creature that is like not of conscious being, but is something that is instilled with a sense and purpose and being.
Okay. It wasn't like the full rage of seeing like an undead creature. He wasn't freaked out like that or like in that mindset, but it was just like this thing doesn't. It's not a natural thing that should be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it's kind of like not a pity, but just a complete disregard for its well-being, but the fact that it overpowered me was kind of like I think that's more like not what has shaken Sly, but just the fact that it overpowered me when it's not even real,
Mm-hmm.
for lack of a better word. Is what kind of rattled Sly a bit, but just like shocked him out of his rage. Not like enough to be like, oh my god, who am I kind of thing.
I see. We'll get back to the 15 in a moment. I want to know, Wystera and Eren, how are you all reacting to this, and how do you dress the Abbott?
Eren is upset right now. You know, he just heard the Abbot essentially say that he messed up and bringing someone in here that did all of this, and then sent all of the mongrels to clean up his mess. And a lot of them perished at our hands and at Eren's hands because they were starving. The way the Abbot treated them, they just wanted to eat, but they were terrorizing the town folks. So now Eren understands all of this is all the Abbot's fault. But he's not angry. He's just sad at the whole situation and sad that they had to put down the mongrels. And he's just kind of sitting in that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wystera is Wystera really wants to meet this lady. So she's attempting to hide it, but Wystera is like, whoever this is, I like her and I want to meet her. If she can do this shit, Wystera is like my fucking hero.
Mm-hmm.
But she's going to do her best to not give that away, obviously.
Yeah.
So actually, Wystera wants to get closer to the mending process.
Okay. Yeah.
See exactly what's going on there if she can.
Sure. Go ahead and make a medicine check here, just while you're approaching. Again with the disadvantage, but unless anyone wants to help, actually, Sly, you might be able to help Wystera in this case because of your nature check. We'll get to that in a second, but I just want to know if you want to give the advantage.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
That's very helpful because that means so
It's a
that
straight
means
roll.
like straight roll. Yeah, okay. In that case, 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sly.
The Abbot is currently focused on his activities, so you begin to go closer and you start to notice that the Abbot is not suturing a wound necessarily. There is something that had caused a split on Basilica's arm. That is what happened. There's a split on the arm, and there seems to also be a split because she's wearing like her tattered clothes right now. There's a split on her leg as well, on her kind of like the meeting of like her thigh and her knee joint. There's a kind of a split there as well.
And I see if there's blood or something else.
You can definitely see that there is none. And this is where we get to Sly's nature and your combination of this. You getting up close to Vasilka. He's not suturing a wound. He's sewing skin back together. You notice that Vasilka's skin, underneath a certain part, is a different skin tone. And it is hidden underneath some of the clothes, but it begins to be sutured through. Actually, the skin is a little darker, but faint. It's almost like it's been treated to be a certain tone, just so that it can all evenly match. It is still kind of this fair white, like milky skin, but there is like some little discoloration in some spots. And as he brings it back together, the tears seem to not necessarily just be from like a wound or cut across, but as if something had caused this creature to move suddenly and split. Sly, you get this very interesting realization. As even though she is not as massive as the one that you saw before, Vasilka is absolutely a flesh golem. And what is so interesting is that she is like compact. Like she is a small framed creature. You guys have not seen this, and you've seen Vasilka 3 times now. But in this third moment, you can clearly see what's going on in terms of what this creature is brought through here. As the abbot continues, he closes up the wound. He sees you all getting closer, and he just simply says, he doesn't like reject or push away, but he does kind of flinch a little bit when one of you gets into his. Actually, I need you to make a stealth check.
Fair. Can I ask a question just before I do that?
Yeah.
Would Wystera have any previous knowledge of flesh golems given her past, or no?
You can make a history check. I'd say this one would be non-disadvantaged, just a straight history check. I'll make that.
Right,
I'll make that just a regular thing.
Okay, thank you. 9.
I mean, flesh golems minorly, yes. The best thing you could know is that they are bodyguards usually. They're like, when they're creatures who want to be intimidating or people, you don't necessarily know the full nature of the kinds of creatures that use them. But yeah, they can be bodyguards. They can be like mercenaries. They're like a cheap alternative. They're the cheapest form of golem. So yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty.
so I have a sense of what she is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And sorry, what were we doing now?
Stealth check for anyone getting closer, which I think is just you, Wystera.
Yeah. And that's disadvantage?
That is.
Yep. Not bad. 12.
Cool. With a natural 20, you get ever so close, just like a little bit, within like 10 feet, and immediately the abbot's eyes turn, flinching. But he can see that you are coming, and he's, with the relationship that you've had with the abbot before, he does not stop you on your progression. Okay. You are able to get and close the distance if you would like.
Thank you. I immediately say, when I clock him noticing me, I immediately say, is there anything I can do?
There is something that you can all do, yes. My bride has her purpose must be achieved, and I must make sure that she is able to sustain her full beauty, to realize her true form. In order to do that, I need this dress to be brought to us immediately. I cannot have her looking like this. It's not proper. It's not right. It's not what will help save these people. And I need you to find this woman, this Esmeralda, and I need you to bring her to me so that I can see to it that she is made to pay. She has endangered the lives of every single person here with her treachery, and I do not say that lightly. She will pay. And if you bring her to me, I will see to it. Oh, Vasilika. And he places a hand upon her. She's emotionless. She kind of like accepts the hand and is kind of brought to move towards it, but dead in her eyes.
Wystera gets a little closer to the abbot and asks, "What I am asking here is not a favor. I only ask because I believe that all of us need to be strong in order to do what you ask. Are you able to excise a demon's control over another being? Because I have one who has essentially usurped my powers."
You have a direct line, you say, to a demon.
And the devil has gotten in the way of that pact. A devil. I should have said devil. Sorry, Liam.
I see. I'm sorry that your infernal heritage has brought you into this. A devilish pact is a pact that is nefarious and holds with it a sense of great pain unto that is able to sign off their soul. What exactly is it that you have signed into?
I give him the whole story, and I kind of whisper it because I'm not entirely yet comfortable with the rest of my party hearing it. But I explain, yes, I have a pact with a demon and a devil who steals hope, was to be my betrothed. I left my home city to get away from him because I did not want to be a part of bringing that into the material plane. And this devil has managed to place himself between me and my patron, I believe, and is only allowing me access to my demon's powers if I sign, well, you know, the piece of paper. And so now I am left with learning magic.
While Wystera is whispering this to the abbot, Squally, at the door that is to this hall, you are standing near Emil right now. Emil, he just has his arms crossed and is standing by the doorway, almost kind of like a bouncer, just kind of occupying the space. His tattered shirt, like just torn apart from like how he burst into his werewolf form before, staring at all of you.
have Emil and I interacted at all last session?
No. Kari ran into him, but nobody really talked with him.
We don't know why he's with us.
Well, he was helping out with the actual like full on events that were going on before. Like he was helping like save people in the actual town, but presently, that's really it. He's come up to the Abbott. You don't really know why he's followed you here to the Abbott space.
Okay, does he notice that I'm staring at him? I think
he's clocking. Yeah, he looks right at you.
I kind of turn a little bit pale, but maybe just say, what brings you here to the Abbott, sir? Kind of confused. Like I'll kind of like look at the crew, but I'm so tired that I'll just like, I don't know, ask him that.
It's a look in his eyes, and he says, I could ask you the exact same thing. Why are you all interested? You all seem to have a familiarity with this individual, and I'm very curious to know what that is.
Well, 3 of us in this party died, and he brought us back.
Ah, I see. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay.
But you seem to have a distaste for him. Care to elaborate?
I mean, other than the fact that I could see that there was a whole bunch of creatures, and as he just fully explained that he descended those or allowed those creatures to go out and attack every single person in this village, let's just say that that kind of behavior is something that is disdainful to myself.
Yes, that's quite fair. How did you come to Krezk?
Well, after I was able to get out of that castle, I was able to make my way here and was able to be brought in. He looks at you, and one of the things that he's checking you're not one of them, are you?
One of who?
Do you know about the Raven folk that
Oh, yes. No, I'm not. I'm not aware, Raven. If that's what you're asking, I'm just straight Raven that can walk and has hands.
Ah.
That's me. I
turn
a little pink.
I was about to say, what color are you turning right now?
I turn pink a bit.
Okay, Pink Feathers just show up, and he just goes, okay, that's yeah, definitely you're definitely not one of them. The Abbott,
But you seem to be of the were kind.
yes, I am.
You know, recently we fought 17 wolves.
Good for you. I've commanded over 30.
Commanded, do you know the wolves?
No, not those. No.
Yes.
It has nothing. It's not. How right.
Love it.
Worst conversation ever.
This is awesome.
Squally's tired. I'm confused.
I
You
have-
know the wolf?
I know, not personally. I don't
You
know.
know a
I
song
can't.
called Hungry Like the Wolf. Do you know that song?
Wolves. These wolves aren't under my command. I can't. Oh goodness. I don't. Okay. You see that Emil is struggling right now just to figure out just how to come about with this conversation. The you, you see, so the abbot speaking to you, Wystera, after getting all the information, talking about this. My dear, I am torn in my understanding. I have been led into my life to believe that the devils of this world have been oh so dangerous and will bring about great destruction into all beings as they bring out their infernal hatred and fire. And yet the kindness and gentleness you express, the properness, the regality, the nobility, I feel it is important to have that energy be brought to us. To exercise a creature of this magnitude is a great undertaking. And I could attempt to purge this creature from you myself. I could show you the Morning Lord's true light and glory and allow for this being to be separated. I could. I also know that there is another way, should you so choose. A powerful being that can grant you. He puts a hand to you, emanates or near you, and begins to bring a white light radiating across your face, almost like blinding, but it's like almost like he's scanning you. I can feel this want. A patron, as you say, to connect to be a guide, to instruct, and to give you powers. I am separated from the great beings of my own lineage and my own choir who could grant these same gifts. But there is another. My dear, the Count himself. You, my dear. To purge yourself would be one thing, and I would gladly do this. But I don't think you fully understand. I don't know if any of you do. The Count carries a tremendous power. Power over everyone. And if you are in need of a patron to grant you gifts that you can open yourself up to, he gestures to Vasilka. Then I will allow you to do this for me. I have shamed the Count. I've brought shame to this land. I may have inadvertently caused it. No. You hear a gust of powerful booming voice that shakes the whole chamber. Dust kind of unsettles. She has cause for this, and if you are to find her, bring her to me, and bring that dress to put upon my bride. and present her. To present her to the Count. I am sure that he would give unto you power that you could only dream of. His might and what he wields is tremendous. And it could bring about the destruction of every creature here. But it is possible for him to be saved. And if you are to bring this bride to him, I am sure that what you unlock and save will be able to give you power beyond your wildest dreams. He is almost a full glow in his body. And you can see it reflecting off of the sun upon the fireplace.
Can I walk up during this conversation? I'm assuming I'm hearing all of this.
Oh yeah, y'all are hearing
Yeah,
this.
okay. I'm gonna walk up and cut him off during his monologue because it's creeping me out more and more. And I'm just gonna look at him and say, we can make this right, but we have to find this Esmeralda person. If there's any information you can give about where she went, I think she's very important in all this.
I do not know where she went. She vanished, and I could not see her. I couldn't see. And you can see that he begins to sink deeper and deeper just into himself in this moment. She's vanished from this space. And I know not where she goes, but I'm sure you will find her. I'm sure you will find her, and I'm sure. And he gets near to you, Eren, and almost extends fully out his hands. Yeah. And you will see what I could not. You see his eyes like almost sinking in his face, his pristine, perfect face. He pulls back.
I'm gonna look him right in the eye and just say, I promise we're gonna make this right. And I'm just gonna walk away, and I'm gonna walk over to Emil if he's still there. And I'm just gonna say, I don't know you very well. The last time we met, you clearly weren't a big fan of us and were maybe trying to hurt us. But if the Abbott's your enemy, then you're my friend.
Eren, I need you in this room. I need you to make a stealth check with those words.
I was saying that quietly.
Oh, I know. But that's why I need the stealth check.
I also, Squally wanted to ask Emil how he got out of the castle first, but.
Oh, great. That's a 10 on stealth.
10 on the stealth. You come up to Emil as he's talking to Squally at this moment. Like, I was able to run out. The drawbridge was down and I ran. So yeah. How'd you get out?
Oh, we just walked through the front door. But man, was it a difficult time getting in. And I guess Squally just rambles on about the whole math situation.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Another one. And then he sees Eren, and then as soon as Eren comes up, Eren, he gives you an interesting eye and looks at you. Wystera. Okay. You seeing a confidence in Eren. I want you to make a perception check as well, just with disadvantage on this.
Nice. 14.
You also hear what Eren says, but it's weird because, like, Eren saying this, like, he's saying it under his breath, but it's such a big room that it's carrying. What goes through your feeling when you hear Eren say this, like, kind of defiance, like, across the room, just unconcerned, like almost like this, like, confidence in speech?
I think. Well, Wystera just hears it because she's. Her tail got very locked and upright when this was all going on. She was not happy to hear that the Count is the one that could give her this power, and she's intrigued but pissed off. So when she clocks Eren saying this, she's like, yeah, good for you. Say that stuff. Sure hope he doesn't mean it.
You clock that, and the Abbot kind of, like, turns for a moment, not out of anger, but, like, horror and shock. And Sly, you can read it on his mind. He's, like, flabbergasted. He's, like, hearing something. It's weird that this is something that, Eren, you were speaking so deep under your breath that it's hard for anyone else to really notice. Like, it could not be perceived, but for some reason, the Abbot's able to detect, and he hears it. And when he does, turns and he's like, what? Why do you say this? What have I done to deserve your whispers? To utter this to a complete stranger? Who do you think you are?
Somebody that doesn't believe any one person is better than the next, any one creature is better than the next. And you treated every single mongrel, whatever you call them, in here, and every single person in that village who they attacked, and you let them go like they were nothing.
No. No. That's not true. I saved them. These mongrels, as you say, I saved them. They were a family, all of them, one family. Each and every single one. They were the Bellevues, and they were horrified into people. They fascinated with animals and were so bestial in their practices, but I helped them understand and realize what they could be. And I had help. And I granted them blessings, all of them, blessings. I helped them. I could not control them, but I did save them from themselves. And I'm sorry if I can't save everyone, but I am trying to do this. And I will succeed. I promise you. I know I can. The Morning Lord has allowed me to succeed. He has given me the tools to do so. It is not my fault.
Can I insight check him during this? Does this just sound like the ravings of a madman, or?
You can absolutely make an insight, and I will let anyone who wants to do a help action to do it. However, I'm going to say this. If you do want to help Eren to get advantage, you will have to say something to the Abbott to open that element of defiance so that Eren knows he's not alone in this.
Yeah, that's not Wystera's thing.
Thank you. A moment.
I rolled like shit, so I'll probably need the help.
Okay, maybe Squally Squally's feeling, I guess, bold and fatigue. Abbott, may I ask as well, why is this so important? Why is this marriage or union or whatever going to fix everything?
Go ahead and roll with advantage now, Eren.
It's the exact same fucking thing. 6.
6.
Roll 2 5.
Wow. Eren, unfortunately, what you receive is when you are listening to the Abbott, a second voice comes into your mind that distracts you. The Abbott begins speaking, and he says to Squally, Vasilka, the Count is in pain. He is in need. Long ago, his love was lost. And he's not been able to find her before. And so I knew I was sent here to save these people, and I did not know how. I'm seeing the turmoil to see what they go through every day. But then I met the Count and I understood. He is in pain. He is in love with someone who is lost, and I want to bring that love back so that he can be freed of the curse that has burdened him as so many others. Vasilka is my Vasilka is my gift, and in my belief, through her, this whole world, this land will be saved. Eren, while this is going on, a voice comes through and he says, you know, there's a good chance that if you are gonna be able to take this here bride, get her back into that castle, you got a good chance of being able to go in there yourself. And we still got some things there we can probably find that can help us get back out in the world. And you can still be a leader for your people. You don't have to forget about them. And we can do this, you and I. It's not a bad idea. Squally. Actually, I'm going to have everyone roll this, including Kari. And the only person that can't roll is Eren. Sly, you can roll with advantage to heighten your original 15. So you can just do one roll. Everyone else can roll with advantage on this bit of information that Squally has shared. Actually, Squally, yeah, you can roll too. Why Why not? Why not? Okay. Why not?
What role is this again?
Insight
Thank you.
or history if you want it to be.
How does a 25 do?
I rolled a 16 instead of a 15.
Nice.
9 for Wystera.
Okay. So Vistry, you don't catch it.
Yep.
Squally, Kari, and Sly do. You can say it under your breath if you want to, but you remember the word fun from the spirit board reading. You and Squally, you definitely clock it in. You have a full scope now and understanding. Why does Strahd laud over the Count? Why is he doing this for them? What is the aim? What is Vasilka's purpose? What is all of this? And you realize that Strahd was able to manipulate this individual to the point where he turned this probably holy person, this holy power. Sent is a very interesting word because it would imply that this is a messenger of some kind or some person that is meant to be tasked with something and as important as to save a land. It probably implies this is a powerful person within their station, like whatever, religious station they have. But you can see that Strahd has successfully corrupted this person. And they are so caught in their own ideas of what will save these people that they willfully allowed for, and the mongrel folk too. It sounds as if like they believe so much in their own power that they are not able to see that they are responsible for enacting horrors. And you look at your feathers as they are changed pink. You look at the scar on Eren's chest and you remember the smoke, and you can just see the scars upon Sly's body. Still open, not festering, but open and looking as if he's sustained grievous injury. You have all been marked by a corrupted, powerful being, and it shows. And you are all stained in a way by what has happened to this corrupted person. I'm sorry you don't believe me. I'm sorry you don't believe in me, but I can assure you that this is how we save everyone.
Eren just leaves, goes out to the front, and just sits and waits for everybody else.
Emil follows you.
Squally kind of shakes his head and follows as well.
Wystera tilts her head to the side, swishes her tail. Thank you for your help. We will be sure to do what's right. And she, as she has before, she does not turn her back on him. She backs away, bowing, and turns only once she gets to the door.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage, Wystera.
Yeah. 13.
The crypticness and the vagueness of your words leaves a lot to be interpreted. And as you begin to leave, Abbott utters one thing. Sly, you have not left the room yet, have you?
I don't think, but if everyone else is, I start to slowly I make my way out, kind of like.
Kari kind of begins to make her way with you, and the abbot utters out, "If all of you leave, and you do not give me your clear assurance that you will bring this person to me, and that you will bring my bride to the Count, then I will consider you all enemies to my cause, and I will not ever consider you welcome guests into my abbey again."
Wystera gets she's in the doorway, has a look of shock on her face, says, "This is not what I intended. We are off to get the dress, and then we will do our best for you."
Smile comes on his face. "It will be the most beautiful dress has ever been made. It's exactly what my bride deserves." And he brings his hand over to Vasilka. And Kari leaves.
Wystera says, "She will look otherworldly to us all." Bows.
As the abbot's like fawning over his bride, Sly walks out.
You all leave, and Eren, you hear Emil say to you, "I don't know who you are either, but if you're willing to listen to what I have to say over that crazy fuck, then I think we might be able to do something." And with that, we're going to take our break, guys.
Fuck.
Interesting.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to quickly roll something here. Just right now.
And dragon.
No,
How
that's
many
enough.
ancient dragons are we fighting?
No, that's a natural
7.
20. And we're going to get to resolve what that natural 20 is in a little bit.
Jeez.
We're going to come back in a little bit. All right. See you guys in a bit.
Thank you.
All right. We're back. So, all of you begin to exit out of the Abbey. Shit. As all of you are coming out, Emil begins to kind of just like wander the outside edge, just kind of looking around. See his nose kind of twitch as he just kind of like goes through. He actually morphs into a wolf and just immediately starts kind of smell the space around him. Once he is done, as I pour myself some tea for this dramatic moment, Emil, with almost like pure confidence, like from the wolf, and then kind of turns into like a half, like turns back into the half wolf, half human that he was before. He says, "Yeah, I got it. It's pretty easy, actually. I don't know how these people can't notice these things, but all right. We've got a lead on her. Got a scent."
Like the Esmeralda lady?
Yeah, it's kind of gone for a little while though, but you can usually tell she wears like a Well, she doesn't actually wear it. There's like a faint perfume that's actually kind of like here, but it's not from upon her. It's surrounding her. It's as if she's been in an area that is like, carrying it. The same way that you might be in something within you. You're in a room full of flowers, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, that's better than
I don't think you really get what I'm saying right now. You see this wolf just kind of like squinting.
Well, I never like just smelled something and know where to go. But like, if you can do that, that's a better lead than we've had on this lady so far.
Right. Well, I can lead the way if you guys all want to follow. I recommend we take the longer route, though. Some of you look pretty worn down. He turns into a wolf and just kind of starts. Actually, no, turns back into a person. He's like, I kind of forgot where we were for a second. Sorry. All right.
I'm just gonna look at everyone first and say, I'm sorry. I think I got a little carried away in there. I was pretty upset. But I think it's pretty obvious he did want to help at some point. But I think Strahd's better at manipulating than we've maybe given him credit for. And considering the way he's been treating us, I just don't want us to end up like that either. Where we think we're helping, but we're just his puppet.
The Abbott is a lost zealot, the worst kind.
Kari looks at all of you at this point and kind of looks at you, Eren, and Sly, and goes, so, when are we gonna go get the dress?
The dress, that's today.
Well,
Sly starts rummaging and finds out his plans for his dress.
Or we
can build it.
We have the technology.
Let's find Esmeralda first and then tend to the dress. I feel the dress is not nearly as important. Also, I think I found Krezk, you guys.
Krezk.
I believe when the Indigo Stone took him, he came to the Abbott because that's where Strahd Bride is.
Yeah.
You all just like see a puddle like off on the side of the outside of the abbey. Just
Krezk.
Poor Krezk.
Rest in peace, Krezk.
We'll have him again. It's okay.
A puddle of Krezk.
Band I was in the 80s.
Well, this guy's got the scent on Esmeralda. I don't think any of us have a better idea, so I look at him and say, as long as you're not planning on attacking any of us again in the bottom of the castle, I would hope.
I mean, look, I certainly look. I need to. I don't think I need to apologize for that, but I do need to say something about that. And I need to say something about this. There's a reason I needed to get out of there. I've been there for quite a while. Was kind of going in there to kind of see what the vibe was with all of you. I wanted to know exactly like what your attitudes were to this whole display here in Krezk, and I wanted to understand. I kind of feel a little hesitant to tell you everything, but let's just say what I said to you, I've led like wolves before. Let's just say I'm just trying to get back to them. So if you can all help me with that, that would I think that would be good. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. I don't have that expectation, but I mean, and not to sound, not to sound awful about it, but I kind of see all what you're carrying with you, and you don't, none of you kind of stand out to me as like being able to take me on. You do, and he kind of looks to you, Sly.
Well,
Rude. Okay.
I think our first priority. I think our first priority is, as you put it earlier, that crazy fuck in there. And I think Esmeralda also wants to deal with that crazy fuck in there, so we should probably find her.
Right.
And from what we saw, she did a number on Strahd as well, so
Well, I guess we got a few reasons that are pretty clear as to why we got to find her then. Well, I'm down to find this awesome mystery assassin, I guess. Can I also just say, why was he talking that way? Treacherous, murderous, like what kind of, who talks like that? Like who really talks like that? Just, jeez.
Yeah, like
He just begins to make his way down the hall.
Wystera gets over next to Kari and walks next to him.
Next to Kari.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Squally looks up at Sly and just kind of like looks really like a child wants uppies. Just kind of like makes a small motion. Longingly, Sly.
And Sly ignores.
Sly just
I just straight up ignores.
Wow, rude.
Squally wants uppies.
Rude twice.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain's in other places. Sly shakes it off and then scoops Squally up.
Yay.
Squally turns pink again. But also teal.
Eren, now realizing that he has to walk, is
No, that's not what happens. Sly puts his arm down and then like has, you know how like dads would like Spider-Man swing kids?
Well,
Remember that? I'm like swinging. Like Eren will take a couple steps and then Sly will like swing him up.
whee!
Awesome.
Yeah, Eren's all for it.
Flap, 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 flap. I can fly.
You all begin to make your way following Emil as you all head out of Krezk. The guards are very glad to see that you're all alive, first of all. They thank you on your way out. They ask if there's anything that you all need right now. Do any of you request anything just quickly of them or no?
I don't think Wystera has any needs from them.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna tell him to keep an eye out, because that might not have been all of the mongrels, and they might still be hungry.
Yeah, they freak out a little bit with that. None of them have like lethal wounds on them, but they do have like a lot of like weird gnaw bites and stuff. It's a little nasty.
Just be careful. I don't think they're too powerful, but just be careful.
We'll be sure to do that. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone, be careful now. Yes. They begin to go. They let you all out. You all begin to leave Krezk. It is still the very pitch black of night. I'm assuming nobody has major light sources with themselves. Like, is anybody providing one?
I'm just holding Sly's hand and praying.
I'm out of torches.
I hold up my hammer. Give us 15 feet.
Oh,
Faint
Oh,
blue
no.
light begins to emanate. you know, kind of an immediate space right now. Yeah, so there's light kind of around you. Emil shifts into his wolf form and begins to move. As you're all going, Wystera, you hear a voice up on your shoulder. Look, I know that you're talking a lot about like with Grixinoth, I get it, and I know that's a lot of frustration, but I gotta say something here, and it's been bugging me a little bit.
Yes.
I know that you think Grixinoth had something to do with your powers being gone. And I'm not saying that he's not, you know, wanting your powers before to be gone so that he can actually be, you know, give them to you. And hey, the scroll still stands if you want it, but here, anyway. Grixinoth is powerful. He's mighty, he's strong, and he can lead a lot of people, but he's not really magically adept.
So you don't think he is at the bottom of this?
I'd be surprised if he was, but also, like, it doesn't make sense because if he was, I mean, I'm the direct line between, which would mean that I was the one who was interfering and I'm not doing that.
Oh,
So,
I hadn't thought of that. But is he not, does it not make sense that he is doing this to get me back?
that's the signing of his own contracts. That's not like again, the limited use of each contract, he needs you to show that you are committed, that you are truly wanting his power. That's what he needs to see. So he needs you to commit to multiple contracts, to sign them, and to, you know, to have the power that and you have for a limited time, but then to then commit fully to the signage. That's his power. So when the first one left, that was because, you know, he wanted you to have like a taste of that. And then when it was useful, you know, you got to use it and you did. And then it went away. But then that's what the second one was for. And then it continues that way. I don't think he had anything to do with your first bit. Like when I first came through with your like purple, like amulet.
So you do not think he is attempting to sign me and us into his slavery?
I mean, look, it's a weird thing to say slavery. Like the signing is more like he wants you to like sign into the marriage proposal. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. Like let's just say that's what it is. He's signing you into a marriage proposal. It's not like slavery, but like I don't think it has anything to do with other people. I think it's exclusively to you.
I pull away slightly from everyone else in the group to have this conversation. Let me put it this way, and thank you. What would I do without you? In my mind, Grixie, my Grixie, voids collective choice. Where does hope spring from but having choice? So it seems to me that his methods of getting me back would involve, I see it as slavery. I hear what you're saying, but that's how I see it. And do you not feel his influence in this realm?
First of all, hot, that name, hot. He'd love that. Use that. Second of all, I get it. Agree to disagree, you know, different flags to a ship, you know, you get that. No, I don't. I mean, I'm probably the most significant next to his scroll, so that's the most powerful, but not here. This guy, no.
All right. I am confusing I only ask because the feeling of despair and lack of hope here feels similar to what Grixie tends to
Oh,
spread.
oh my god, you gotta do that. It's so hot. You gotta tell him that. I mean, that's like such a it's such a simple thing, but like you know, it gets it's like, oh, why is that the word? You know, it's just that like I'm sorry, I'm confusing the situation.
It does feel similar, you have to admit.
Are you sure you don't want to sign into this? Because it sounds like you wear it really well. Like you work out. I think you guys work out pretty good.
I'm sure there is a reason I was paired with him. I do not disagree. I just Duh.
That right there, that's a good sound too. Use that.
Thank you.
Twitch gives you that information as it begins to go continuing down the road. All of you continue to move in the dark night. I would like one person to roll a d20 for me.
I will. 2.
Cool. You get to a crossroads where the dead wolves are, and you guys begin to move. At a certain moment, you begin to go down the main road and then stop because you begin to get to a side path that is kind of breaks between the has a break going into the forest. And you notice Emil stop and come back to his form. Emil looks at all of you and says, all right, we have to be careful. The scent is picking up down this way, but we're headed somewhere. We're headed close to somewhere that I was hoping not to be this soon.
Where is that?
Is it somewhere we can sleep?
Wystera side eyes.
I don't know how to say that. He goes over to you, Eren, and says, I don't know how to say to your friend I don't like them, and I don't know what to say to them. What do I say? What do I say?
Feel like we need some context.
I gave you context before. I said that I'm trying to reconnect with people, but the people I'm trying to reconnect with, I don't want to get there too early, so I'm trying not to reconnect with them now.
Is this a girl trouble?
Look, I'm just trying to say that you need to be quiet, okay? You just need to be careful right now. Please, just be quiet and just keep your eyes out.
Well, I'm no therapist, but maybe you should apologize. It sounds like it might be needed.
Apologize for what?
Hey,
What?
man, you really just need to open up to them, okay? Communication is the key. Sly starts going like full Dr. Phil on this right now. You really just need to open up and be willing to be vulnerable with the person you want to be with, man.
Well,
and that's really scary. I know that. That's the real fear. That's the real fear in life, man. All right.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Is that
You are, yeah. With
God.
advantage, yeah. For Sly, yeah.
Persuasion with advantage. Okay.
Wystera is face palming at this point.
That's an 8.
That's an 8.
All right, man. You just got to be open with your feelings, okay? It's scary, man. I get it, okay? So I just keeps going on this like, oh, I lost Padon in that.
I'm done.
Well, yes, I keeps going on this little like loop. He kind of gets it just like in a word loop of, man, you just gotta communication. It's the key to unlocking her heart, man. All right.
I don't know you. Listen.
Now, are
I
you
said-
talking to me or are you talking to yourself, man?
Wystera walks over to Emil.
I said you would be the one to maybe take me on a fight.
You know,
Do not.
there's two
Do-
wolves in you, man. There's the one that's feeding, and you gotta pick which wolf to feed, man.
Wystera said, just ignore them.
One of them's all about negativity, and the other you gotta feed with that positive energy.
Just ignore them.
Did you just say Kenergy to me? What does that even mean?
Sly's assuming that in this universe, the Barbie movie is a canon event.
Oh my god.
You're so, oh what this so Emil walks he almost like walks into the woods, tempting you to go into the cursed spaces of just like the most dangerous places within the wilderness of Barovia. Is like, no. Just go. And he says, let's just go. He just begins to go down the path. You all begin to make your way.
Wystera behind him now.
Right. You all begin to make your way down the path. Now, with the light, this is going to be very tricky, but you guys don't get to see a lot of anything presently. But what you do get to see is this. It's more of a feeling. Going off the main road, like you're kind of like on a calm day at this moment. But as you begin to go down this path, you begin to feel a coolness coming through the creeping trees. And the light that comes from the hammer, there's a comfort in light, but it's also a little nerve-wracking because it is a blue light similar to that you've seen in the wolf's eyes. So it's very like kind of nervous because you feel this light come across and dance through, and there's a little bit of a feeling of not knowing where you're about to go. And ahead of you, the hammer doesn't extend too far either. It goes out to, I think, 30 feet total. And as you begin to make your way further and further down the path, it opens up, but you don't see fully where you're going as it opens. But you begin to hear a rushing of, not even rushing, but just like water moving off of itself. And you begin to feel a cool breeze from the mountain air as you can just feel it grace your skin. Your hair kind of stands on end, Sly, and you all kind of make your way down this path that leads kind of to a bridge. A bridge that is like kind of creaky, wooden. As you begin to make your way across, you start to go over the bridge, and then a moment comes, Squally, where you are holding the hammer, and the light hits this one portion of land, like a small kind of island that is that's separated after you walked across for a few hundred feet. What you begin to uncover with the light is a wagon that is off of this small path that leads down. This wagon is a beautiful, like kind of purple velvet, or not velvet, but just like a beautiful purple canopy top with beautifully designed wood paneling around it, and a set kind of space for horses to be latched on, but there are no horses, and there is a door set on the back end of this wagon. And as you begin to get closer, Squally, you begin to trace and see there is a massive tower in the center of this island that begins to extend higher and higher. And Squally, honestly, your passive perception, even in the dark, you can kind of make it out. Anyone who has dark vision can see an 80-foot tower, but even in your dark vision, you can only see up to 60 feet. And so the dim, like you begin to see like dim grays and everything, so you can only make out the silhouette of this imposing, decrepit, decaying tower. And as you get closer, you just behold it at the present moment. I want to ask you all, where do you advance to? Emil, Emil comes out of his form. He says, "Yeah, this is the smell I was getting. It's not here though, but it's been here quite recently. It was going down the path. It was headed down the other roadway, but this here was the stronger scent."
Esmeralda or something else?
No, the Esmeralda, that person. That's the scent that I was picking up here. I'm getting that aromatic smell. It's emanating from the wagon and some on the door as well.
Do we knock?
This does not look like a place one should knock.
I mean, we're supposing she's on our side.
Wystera
On the side.
Goes up to the door. What does she see? Does she see a padlock or?
Oh, as you make your way up to the door, I'm going to show you exactly what you see.
Oh.
You see this.
Oh, good heavens.
Let me
Wait,
just...
a little dance. Should we copy it?
Let me just get you guys here. I want to see if I can get, there we go, all of you on display. All right. So I'm going to send this all to you guys here in the Signal chat. What you all see is this upon the door. Individuals in kind of a crisscross pattern on this lineup with a knocker underneath the door. Wystera, you get about 10, you can see this on the door as you begin to approach. You get about 10 feet away from it, and you begin to see this marked on display.
Squally asks Sly to put him down.
I oblige.
He immediately tries to act it out as if it's a dance.
How do you want to act it out first?
Well, I'm gonna start on the 3 o'clock position and do this, and then follow the line. So it's the bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's next.
What's the next one there? Yeah. 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 Yeah.
In front of the door.
As soon as you do all that, the door opens and unlocks for you, Squally.
Wystera's like, you've got to be fucking
Squally's
kidding me.
hands on his knees, exhausted already, but still pretty proud of himself. A little bit purple.
Wystera just shakes her head.
As the door opens up to you, Squally, you can't see what's inside, but Wystera, you can again. What you see, didn't think we were going to get this today. All right.
I'm just about to say.
You can
Smart.
see. Inside, you can see that the entirety of this tower is just ruined on the inside. There's debris everywhere. You can see that there's also that there's like a torn curtain that is that is obscures the actual like vestibule of the actual tower. There is a 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor that has 4 pulleys that are set. There's like a platform that you can basically set onto, and next to the chains for this pulley, there are 4 stone figures just standing there.
Does Wystera recognize the architecture of this building?
Go ahead and make a intelligence check.
What are the stone figures doing? Like, what body positioning are they in?
They're just standing. You can make an insight if you want
Are they looking at something? Yeah.
with disadvantage.
5.
Whoever made this tower, Wystera, did not take care of it.
Thanks.
12.
Their body posture is pretty simple. They seem to just be standing by the chains waiting. And not like menacingly. They have no expressions. Funny enough, they seem to be similar kinds of creatures to that of the Vasilka that you had seen before.
Sorry, you definitely froze a little bit there. Can
Yeah,
you say that again?
Yeah,
Repeat.
they seem to be similar to like that of Vasilka in their blankness.
Are they looking at anything?
Not really directly at anybody, but they're mainly focused on the chains.
Are they looking at any one chain?
There's four of them, and there's
Yeah,
4
4
chains. They're usually all looking at one particular chain.
Huh.
They're each looking at the chain that's next to them,
Yeah.
or just saying.
They're kind of standing by it, like they're just kind of like looking at the chain, hunkered, standing, staring.
This whole place looks like a puzzle. I mean, considering the door opened with the dance I did, I didn't think that was going to work, but now we have chains. Does anyone have any idea? Are there any doors in the room?
There's
That's
the
it.
one door that you entered through. You can make a perception check with disadvantage, Squally, if you want, because you have to try to make it out with like where you are presently positioned.
17.
You can feel that there is an opening somewhere. There's a draft higher above, and you can feel it. And you could probably get to it, but you'd have to go up.
I feel like one of these chains is going to somehow bring us up, but I don't know which one or if there's any clues. Does anyone else see anything?
Help! Help!
I don't really know what's going on because my internet's shit, but if there's a way I can help.
Ly's
Maybe-
going to go inspect these chains.
Sure. You make your way closer up to the creatures themselves. You avoid the kind of like the center room where this like kind of mechanism is set, and you go kind of on the outside of it. You begin to look at them. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
$13.
as ruined as a lot of these chains kind of look, they're not like they're like are old tarnished, but they do seem like they are still structurally sound within the pulley system. The fact that they are all set, and they're all set to go higher up and to work with this kind of like mechanism in the center to be like a lift. So the chains themselves are supported even though they are worn because there's a 4 simple like pulley system. So none of them are responsible for this alone. So that allows for this to seem like they're, even though they're worn, could be still secure.
Cool.
I
Slide's
think
gonna,
at one time.
Slide was just gonna walk up and give one of the chains a tug.
Sure, you go ahead and make an athletics check.
Are they in a square?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pull them at once, and then it might work.
18.
You pull, and it's got a little bit of give, but it's like you're pulling on one chain, and
Wystera sees what he's doing and goes and pulls on a second chain.
sure, make an athletics check.
Squally asks
Oh.
Eren to help pull another chain and Kari to pull the other one.
Fuck's sakes. 1.
Sure.
Kari comes over to you there, Vistra, and is like, here, I'll help you out, and then like gives you advantage on the roll.
Oh. 11. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Squally and Eren try the other 2 at the same time that everyone else is pulling them.
Sure, athletics check.
I,
7 for Squally.
16.
Okay. Squally, you're struggling. Vistra, it's like hard. But even as you're all kind of pulling, you all kind of work together, and you get to see that the center like lift in the middle begins to like rise up a little bit. But like a little bit.
Are we on that center of the lift?
No, you guys are beside it right now. You are beside it, holding up onto the chains.
How in the heck are we all supposed to get up there? I look at him.
Can I like?
Been here before?
Me?
Yes.
No. I don't know what this is. I mean, I've seen this. I've seen this thing, but like not this close, and I've never been inside of it. So, no, I don't know this.
Where have you seen it?
I've seen it because I'm close to this area. Look, I'm just trying to keep a look at it, all right? So just like do whatever it is you're doing. I'm just gonna like keep an eye out here.
What if we're not supposed to tug on it, but simply stand in the middle of it or something?
I was gonna say, can I check if there's like a pressure plate or something
Exactly.
on the lift?
Yeah, I mean, looking at it right now, you can see with the light of the hammer, it's pretty clear that there isn't like a pressure plate. There's just the lift itself. There's just the mechanism in the center.
Perhaps we could get in the center and all do a little dance.
Oh, do the stone or we just stand there, Wystera. Squally is ready to start a fight. Squally wants to try putting the chain in one of the dude's hands. Like, does the freaking stone guys, like, do they have like hands out or anything, or is there anything?
Yeah, they got like these little like they're massive creatures like right here. So they got like these massive palms thing. You put one in the hand, it takes it.
Squally proceeds to put all of the chains in all of the hands.
Cool. Take it. They don't close up. They don't do anything like that.
Can Squally investigate their... Wait, can I stand on the center first?
Sure. You stand in on the center platform. As you stand on the center, the stone creatures begin to shift. They grab on the chains and immediately begin to start pulling them. And you guys see Squally begins to like ascend up onto this platform and begin to go.
Hop on! Someone hop on!
Yeah, I'm
Don't
gonna
leave
jump
me alone.
on.
Yeah, you're up. Eren jumps up.
Wystera jumps up too.
All right. Kari's gonna have to make a roll here. Oh no. Kari in her armor is like, oh shoot, and isn't able to get up. Sly, do you jump on?
Sure. Everyone
All
else
right.
is.
We'll have to do a second trip though. Like,
Did Emil make it?
Emil and Kari.
Emil's keeping an eye out.
Emil's not coming in at all.
You all begin to make your way up. As you're being lifted, those of you that can see with the light, you all can notice this, that as you go up the decayed second and third floors of this tower, the second one, you pass by dusty cobwebs and a rotted floor that's like partially collapsed, excuse me. You can see that up at the third floor, that there's more of a direct line here that shows like what has allowed. You can see that there's water like kind of that is leaked in from the side. This is where there's the openness of the open space in the wall where there is just the elements have made complete contact, causing the floor here to be rusty and bad, or not rusty, but decayed and rotted. However, you begin to make your way up to the fourth floor. This floor, it could not be more different. Here, this one shows actual signs of habitation. It does reek of mold, but there is a lot of comforts here. There is a bed that is off kind of like that is to your like southwestern side of this little room. On this floor, you can also see that the you can see that there is a desk featured off to one side with a chest across it. And there is also an iron stove that is off to your east side. Light enters through arrow slits. Or no, there is no light that enters through. I'm reading something. In the darkness of night here, you can see that the features of the room, there is a standing suit of armor that is featured. And around here, you can see that this is where the main pulley system is kind of like operates, because you can see above you that the actual mechanism, like the whole system is up here. But you are all brought up into this one room. You are more than welcome to look around here if you so choose.
Did Kari get on the next lift, or did we send the lift back down?
You're still on the lift right now. There is no next lift. There's one lift, and you guys got to get off of it in order to let it go.
Okay, then I tell everyone to get off so we can let it go down and pick up Kari.
All right.
And maybe can we yell down? Can Kari? No, I don't want to yell. I don't know where we are. Never mind.
You get off the lift. It goes down. Kari comes back onto the second trip. As it comes down through, you guys hear the chains begin to be pulled. You all get to the fourth floor. You are all present in this area. What do you guys look around for?
Is there food on the stove? Is it hot?
You make your way over to the stove, Squally, and while there is no food presently, there are scraps that you can see, and there is heat that is emanated from the stove from a little while ago. You're discerning potentially a little less than a day, but it's extended onto that kind of time. It's like extended onto that maybe. So you're pushing maybe a day's.
I kind of whispered to the group, it's kind of still warm.
maybe we found like her hideout.
So I was gonna look around for any tracks or signs of someone else.
Make a survival check.
Is the bed slept in? Like, is it mussy?
You can also make a survival check if you want.
I rolled a 16.
16.
$13.
Okay. The bed has been slept in. The area has been lightly used, but you can see that there are evidence of candles here that were used as well. But one of the interesting things is that this place does not have a lot in the ways of outside, like of comfort and essentials. There's not a lot that is actually in this tower, aside from the stovetop, the suit of armor. There's the little desk that allows for somebody to probably work and write and read. You do notice that there is some burnt paper sly. And beside it, there seems to be writing, like a notepad that seems to try to be transcribing stuff. And aside from that, the only other thing that you can see is the chest in the north side of the room. And that's really it. Nothing else of note is really in this room. Or on this floor.
Wystera goes straight to the chest to try and open it.
Okay.
So I was gonna pick up the notebook and just toss it to Squally.
All right.
Squally would like to look at it, but he probably drops it first.
You do what with it, Squally? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Probably drops it first, but he does want to look at it.
Okay. You look just at the notebook and the words that you're kind of like trying to discern, there's a lot of scratch outs things of it. You're seeing they're trying to make it seems as if it is like someone trying to collect information off and try to transcribe something off of it and trying to put pieces together. You do notice like a couple notes on the side of like, why would he say this? What was he looking for? Was he stressed? Was he exhausted? Where is he? Just kind of like off to the side of it. The notes, what's transcribed is very difficult, but there is one thing that you are able to make out, and that is what is almost like correctly inscribed. Actually, I need you to make an intelligence check for me on this, because I need you to know, and it's just going to be intelligence because you don't have proficiency in like calligraphy or any of those writing tools. Yeah, so I need you to make an intelligence check. This one is disadvantage.
Unless it has something to do with herbs.
This has something to do with herbs.
Yeah, that'll be a 6 for you.
6. You can make out the words that are kind of listed on the outside edge. They're pretty simple. The other ones are the translation, the transcribing is like, it seems as if the words are like mixed in because it's not a perfect handwritten. It's trying to make out almost like what the handwriting is, but it can't really discern it. Wystera, the chest is unlocked and open. You open it up and you see a severed head inside of it.
Can I show the notebook to Kari and see if it's similar to the notebooks that she had? I don't know if she.
Yeah, I mean the notebook she has is at the safe house, but she does have like some kind of journal with her. She looks and she doesn't recognize the handwriting.
Do I recognize the head?
No check necessary on this. You don't recognize the head, however, you do recognize some of the features of it, especially with some of the beating that is in the head. This does seem to be a Vistani individual. You recognize some of the features of that, and like they have a long like red. They have like red-headed, almost like kind of like this shaved sides hair. Their hair on the top is very like lavish, but it's like tangled and messy now because it's been like deceased. And they have like a goatee that's been like sprouted long off to the side, but their face, their tongue swollen. Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
It's funny too. But you also can see there's a scent of lavender that comes around, and the head, while disgusting, like also does look like it's been treated and embalmed.
Well, Wystera being Wystera, she grabs it by the hair and pulls it out and says, and faces the group and says, "Oh, look."
Jesus.
Anyone have any thoughts on this one? Okay.
Squally turns a different shade of green that you guys haven't seen before.
In the blue light, Squally looks like almost like this like deep sea green kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is this I say to Kari, would this be of help in any sort of spell that you know of? Because Wystera is kind of proud that she knows a little bit now, so she's trying to say to Kari, just wondering if.
Mister, I'm going to be completely honest. If you're going to be using that as a material component of some kind, you're going to need a different kind of wizard.
Gotcha. I put it back and close the chest. Wystera then goes straight over to the bed. I'd like to do a thorough investigation of underneath the sheets, blah, blah, blah.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I will do just that. With disadvantage. I'll take it. 10.
You look through this bed. This bed it's very simple. There's nothing really of note on this bed. Like the bed itself has been slept in. But there's nothing that's like lingering. You can get maybe, I don't know, you can see like a couple. No, there's really nothing of note, really. There's not even, I mean, you can get a scent from it, but it seems like that's still lingering from the chest. Like, there's nothing here majorly of note. And the entire room is kind of like that. The whole space looks like it's just functionally a place to sleep.
Nothing in the bed.
Sure, Mr. Meal was up here to give us sniff.
Wystera sits on the bed dejectedly.
Well, did we just wait for her to come back?
Or we could go down the lift and continue to look through the rest of the property.
As soon as you guys are all saying that, you hear the sound of some kind of like shot is heard from outside. And you all let me just check and see something here. A sound from something you've never heard before, but something powerful. Let's see here. There. That's gonna be that. Yeah, that'll do it. You hear a sound from like down below 80 feet. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Like Emil just got hit?
It does sound like Emil's voice.
Oh boy.
Can we look out? Is there a window?
Up into this room here, there are a few windows. Yeah, there's like arrow slits that can come through here.
Outside, down below.
I want to look out them from the direction. I don't know. See if I see anything down below outside.
Sure. In the pitch black of the night, you can't see anything. You're just emanating the blue light outwards.
Okie dokes. Maybe we should go down. Yeah. Okay. I go stand on the plate again.
Sure. It begins to lower immediately.
Still jumps down.
Everybody jumps on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You all begin to get onto this thing as it begins to lower, getting lower and lower. You all begin to make your way down there. You guys get past the floors. You can see Emil on the side is like, "Argh!" He's like kind of clutching his like bicep right now, kind of off on his shoulder. You can see that something has like gone through, and he's like in his wolf form, like, fuck.
What's happened? What's happened?
Something out there just shot me.
I use healing word.
Sure, you can use healing word.
Yeah. So Emil can heal up to 1d4 plus my spellcasting mode. I'm sorry.
All right, you want to roll for that?
That's 6. Is that what that is? Yes.
That's 1d4, but yeah.
Yeah. Plus 6 though, right? Because it's my spellcasting modifier.
It's 3 because it's your wisdom, not your attack bonus.
Oh, thank you. He gains 5 hit points.
All right, he's just like, oh. Jeez. All of you kind of in this position. Do any of you do anything?
Yeah, so wasn't the door closed behind us?
No, the door wasn't closed. He was like, he had the door open because he was keeping an
Oh,
eye.
I thought he came inside and
No,
watched.
no. He was
Okay.
standing outside the open door. Yeah.
But now, since he's been hit, has he moved inside?
Now he's inside. Yeah,
Has he closed the door?
he has.
Okay, just making sure.
Maybe see if it's Esmeralda. I look at Wystera. Use your voicey boom.
Ah.
Because if it's Esmeralda, we can tell her we came in peace.
Yeah, okay. Wystera casts thaumaturgy
Yeah.
and uses the voice, the booming voice, to say, Esmeralda.
You say that, and you can feel the tower shake under the power of your voice.
Goodness. Voice boom indeed.
Actually, good point. Squally, this is a point of thing I have to correct myself on. Squally, your healing word does not go off. The spell slot is used, but nothing was healed. And Wystera, you are not able to use thaumaturgy. My apologies. I forgot about something.
Okay, something is dampening our powers. That could be Esmeralda. So is there a window to the outdoors that I can get to without opening the door?
On this floor, no.
Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna shout.
Okay.
Do you need to put the door ajar?
Esmeralda, we want to talk.
You don't hear any response right now. The most of it you feel was carried by the enclosed space with the door closed.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Twitch to go take a message to this person who just shot. To go take I want Twitch to go take a look and see if who it is matches Esmeralda's description.
Right, Twitch begins to fly, and Twitch kind of stops. You don't think I'm gonna get shot, right?
Pretty sure not.
Okay, begins to fly off. Twitch is gone a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not sure if this will work, but we can also just wait. We're in the building already. If this is where she's coming, then she has to come here. If it's not where she's coming, then we're safe in here.
Unless she decides to collapse the building on us.
I feel like the odds of that are low, but I guess it is a possibility.
I don't think it would happen either, but you never know around here. I've sent Twitch off. I inside my head, I say, Twitch, what do you see?
Twitch goes, seems like somebody's coming up to the door. They got like some kind of, oh geez, they got like a musket in their hands.
Male,
geez.
female?
Oh, it's female. She's badass. She's got somebody else with her, like a few, like there's somebody else here too, like a few feet away. She doesn't look familiar. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh wait. Oh no. Wait. Oh no. I don't know.
Which?
What?
What do you mean? Wait, no. What do you see?
I thought she looked familiar, but it doesn't. Oh, she's getting closer. You guys hear the sound of a metal foot making contact with rough rock outside. You guys hear the pullback of a hammer. It clicks. I know you're inside, and I want to be very clear. If you want to stay hiding, waiting for me, that's going to go very bad for you.
Yes, we know we're inside as well. Is this Esmeralda?
Who's this?
Wystera, looking to meet you.
Well, that's very flattering, but I want you to know that I don't just simply show my face to anyone who's just asking my name, especially people who I've not given my name to.
Wystera goes and opens the door.
No, don't open the door.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Does anybody want to try to stop Wystera?
Sla's gonna try and stop Wystera.
Wystera, make a sleight of hand, and Sly, go ahead and make an athletics.
I just want to like
Wystera, sleight of hand with disadvantage.
You can roll sleight of hand.
Oh, I have to roll sleight of hand.
Yeah, you do with disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just roll an athletics.
Yep. Unless you have to make a sleight of hand check actually too. You're trying to beat them just to the door.
11 for Wystera.
Oh, I had to do sleight of hand instead. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking it was gonna be.
Do I have to re-roll, or do I just not have my
no, you can keep the roll. You can keep the roll.
Sweet, yeah. 18.
Yeah, you full palm right on her hand.
Okay.
Full palm.
We really admired your work on Strahd, specifically the bloody part.
We just came from the Abbott.
You saw that fucking crazy fucker? And you were able to see my little handiwork? Let me see, was Strahd actually bleeding there? Was he actually bleeding? Please tell me he was bleeding. Please tell me. Wait, who the fuck are you?
We couldn't tell.
I try to get to the door again.
Stop it. Just wait. Oh my gosh.
Would you just let us not piss her off and let her into her own abode?
Maybe let's see if she'll
let her
kill
in.
us first.
She's not going to kill us. Listen to her.
Okay, what the fuck does that mean?
She doesn't know who we are. We're just strangers in her house. Why wouldn't she just try to kill us?
We're friends.
I say that hush
we
to
came
Wystera.
here. If we came here to kill you, why would we wait in your house? We would set up an ambush or something. Also, sorry for the breaking
setting
and
up an
entering.
ambush inside of my house. That makes perfect sense to me. That you would just
Listen,
like
Squally did a little dance.
I'm sorry.
Did a little dance, made a little love, got down tonight.
We
made love. Okay.
we'd really like to help in your endeavors, and we really hope you'll let us prove that to you before you try to kill us.
Ah, God. Is this the Squally that I'm hearing about? Is this Squally here? Is this Squally?
Yes. Squawks.
Well, Squally, you said you did a little dance. You did a little dance? Is that what you did?
I followed the instructions on your door because I am curious.
Well, Squally, I'm just going to say that it was a very smart thing to do. It allowed you to make sure that you didn't call upon a dragon, so that was very good. That was a very good call.
Squally freezes and is like white.
Would you just let me open the door?
You have a dragon?
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, no, I don't. The tower does.
Is this your tower?
Awesome.
Oh, this is not my tower. But it is now. It's mine, but it's not mine. It's I don't know this tower, but you know, I'm here when I can be.
Will you try to kill us if you found out that I potentially also made it to your bedchamber?
You went into my bedchamber and you're asking me if I'm going to kill you because you went there?
Listen, lady, I don't know you. I just
Okay,
want you.
Yeah, you want me? Oh, okay.
I just want to talk to you, is what I said.
I see. Misunderstanding. Depends. What did you do in my bedchamber? What did you do in my bedchamber? You tell me what you did in there. Maybe I'll decide if I want to kill you or not.
Make it to the door again.
Hey, go ahead and make an athletics check.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Sly, athletics check just to hold her back.
Yeah, why not?
14.
21.
Oh, fuck off.
Well, we just took a little look around. That was really all. You have a nice head.
You can hear Eren shifting on the out. Everybody can really hear this. They're shifting on the outside of the door. You can hear the just like some movement outside. It's like, oh, thank you. I'm very glad about my head. You know, it's very special to me. I'm very glad that you appreciate and
Let
approve
her
it.
inside. It is her home.
That's what I've been trying to do.
We're
You
not
guys begin to feel
stopping
the
her from
door
coming
already
in.
begin to.
She did the dance. Just
She knows how to get
you.
in here. We're not
You
stopping
guys see
her from getting
immediately
in.
as the door opens up, there's a musket being pointed at every
And
single
my
one.
shield is out.
Not
Not the weapon, just the shield.
Sure, there's just a beaming smile on this brown curly haired woman with a flaring orange jacket with like kind of these yellow accents. You can see she's got purple poofed out pants, a high up boot that is like strapped across with multiple leather, like brown leather buckles all across. She's got this like brass orange copperish looking leg that is just on her right side. She's got a bandana wrapped around her head, like this kind of like orange bandana across her head, and her face is like almost like it looks chiseled, as if this person was just sculpted. And she looks at all of you with the musket out, big old smile on her faces. My goodness. What a bunch of interesting characters you all are. I can see you're walking around with this one and gestures to Emil, who's just like off on the side. He's just like, oh my God.
Wystera looks at her and goes, oh my. Aren't you interesting looking? And nice dampening spell as well that you set up here.
That's again not my spell. That's the tower. I can prove it to you. She backs up a little bit, and immediately you see that she just casts up a mage hand right beside this. Like a hand shows up with like purplish light, like purple and orange, with like rings attached to its hand, and just kind of begins to float around. And you can see that her mage hand goes over, pulls out like hand axe from her side, throws it up in the air. She catches it, holds the musket under her arm, and then keeps the hand axe out and is like, "Oh, come on out."
Squally wants to pay attention to Emil. How is he reacting? Does he look like he said he was too early? I'm trying to see if there's some sort of a bond there.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an insight check if you want. With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16.
Emil is just embarrassed right now because of this whole shenanigans y'all have been with, and also is just like not loving the fact that this werewolf got shot. Because it's like the one biggest thing for him is like, you know, werewolves got a lot of immunity, and this person's able to take care of that pretty easily.
Would you be able to, or would you want to have a conversation weapons down? Perhaps upstairs with all of us?
Oh, no,
I
we're not going
would
upstairs.
like that.
What?
I'm gonna put my
We're not
shield
going
away
upstairs.
and walk out towards her. I'll walk out towards her with my hands in the air.
It's not moving.
Sure. You can see off to her side, there's like a lantern, like kind of a hooded lantern off to the side. Eren, you can notice that off to the side, there seems to be a lady that you recognize as Anna Kreskovia from Krezk, the burgomaster's wife.
What?
I say, hey, I know you.
She goes, I know you. Esmeralda looks to the side. You know this woman?
Yeah, you're the brewmaster's daughter, right?
Wife.
I'm
Wife.
not his daughter. Yeah.
Wife. That was a little compliment,
Your dog is safe.
My dog? What?
Never mind. Would you guys
Full on
like to have a conversation?
Just
Is
don't
anyone-
shoot me, okay? I'm showing good faith. I'm putting my hands down.
Esmeralda just watches you do that, kind of like keeps an eye mainly. She's keeping more of an eye on everybody else with the gun, just kind of like gesturing for everyone to come on out.
Wystera has her hands on her hips and she's giving Esmeralda the look.
The business.
Oh yeah.
Sounds so
Wystera likes this one.
Yeah, I think we all, or at least I go out.
Okay. Squally comes out. You can see Emil kind of gets up at this moment. He just kind of starts walking out, but really at a distance. Really doesn't like the fact he just got shot in the arm. As you step out, Squally, you see the silver energy you burst out, like kind of fizzles, showing you that the spell slot that you had as expended out. Not to say that it casts, but it's like now that it's an area where it's like that magic comes through, you just see it burn.
Interesting. Is anyone else with them? Or can we see anything else with my hammer?
Presently, these are the only two in the immediate vicinity you can see. You can certainly try to make a check, but you're also, again, pitch dark, being able to look. Esmeralda goes over and kind of puts her foot up on the wheel of the wagon, just kind of leans on it. It's just like, I can wait this all day. I can wait for every single one of you to come out. She's looking right. Sly, have you made your way out yet or no?
If everyone else has, Sly will slowly make his way out.
There you go. There you go. That's good. That's good. Now, I don't understand how you all came to find me, how you came to know about me in any capacity. But I'm certainly intrigued, and I'm flattered. And the fact that you are talking about that fucking insane, fucking crazy person, I just want to know, how's he doing? How's he doing after all that shit?
Oh, not well.
Oh, I'm very happy to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that.
He was sewing up his little meat bride thing.
Yeah, that great salvation to whatever the fuck he thinks. Yeah, I heard him singing about it too.
Also,
yeah.
To answer your question about how we know you, believe it or not, Strahd himself told us about you.
Wystera buries her head in her hands.
Oh, he did.
Well,
Yeah.
he showed us how wounded you were. We were somewhat of prisoners in his castle. Yet he asked us for a favor,
I see.
and we wanted to meet the person that finally wounded him, like we've been trying to do all this time.
Oh, I see. She fires the musket off and misses all of you. Like the black powder just kind of like completely misses. She drops the musket and immediately she pulls out a rapier from her side and the hand axe, just like keeping it fixed.
We're not here to hurt you.
Immediately she just gestures. I need you guys to make a persuasion check right now.
I'm not taking a weapon out. I'll put my hands back up if I have to. Oh, 17.
I got 16.
Okay. She takes a full-on stance with herself, putting the axe up. Like, she doesn't take it just by the handle. She grabs it by the head of the axe. So she's got it basically like she could like stab it into your chest. She puts the rapier down in that position, kind of extends it, puts it through. Looks at all of you to see the reaction. Slides the rapier off on her side, takes the hand axe, throws it back for her mage hand to catch and puts it right back on her side. And she's like, well, that was very good. Good to see that. And she goes back to the musket and starts kind of cleaning it up from the shot.
I mean, ask her. We overthrew
Right.
the Burgermeister.
We did do that. We've made some stupid mistakes.
A gesture for Esmeralda to look and ask her. I don't know what her name is. I can't remember. Anna.
I just want to clarify something. Are you talking? You guys, Anna's not the burgomaster from Valaki. She's from Krezk.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So
One that went blind, right?
yes, him.
Yeah.
She asks, "Is this true?" And she says, they do know my husband. They do know us. They've been a great help, but they did go to the Abbott on the very first day. There were some of the members that were killed." And she goes, "Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. So you are the people that I was hearing all about."
We tend to have
Like I
that.
said, we've made some mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I hope you like the idea of being corrupted by this fucking what is it? Corrupted angel. I hope you like that. So
Quite frankly, we do not.
No.
Glad
to be alive. Not glad for the corruption.
Mm-mm.
no, that's the worst part of it.
I've been thinking about that ever since we left the Abbey, because he was raving like a lunatic.
So what brings a fabulous killer like you to these parts? Wystera says.
A nap. That's the one thing. And
God,
refuge
I've
for
used
this
it.
one to make sure that they're safe.
I would too like a nap.
I meant to this realm to take out Strahd, not just to this place. To
Wow.
this place.
Well, I guess you could say that I'm looking for someone similar to help me in that venture. I am also trying to kill that fucking asshole. And Kari kind of smiles at that. But unfortunately, I'm still looking for someone else. And I don't know where they are, but hopefully I can find them soon.
Sounds right up our alley. We could help you if you like.
Thanks, but I really don't know how much I would want to be attracting you from that kind of whole process. It's not really something that I'm in need of extra assistance. I'm sure I can do fine with it.
Well, if you need anything else, bedroom eyes.
Well, just kind of looks at you immediately and goes, well, I certainly do need some help to deal with this whole Strahd situation. But if you can explain to me why you have this mangy thing with you, please explain that to me.
Well, he offered us assistance in finding you, and that was our main goal, was to find you. So he did help us with that, but otherwise we don't know anything about it. Do you?
Also, his exact words when describing the Abbott were crazy fuck, so I think he's on our side.
Huh. She looks at Emil and just goes, are you very glad that you found me? And Emil just kind of like looks up at her, glares, and goes into his human form again.
I look at
Kind
Sly
of-
and I'm like, I swear this is a bad break. He's not communicating.
Sly's just very unsure of this person as well, and doesn't like the fact that she's pointing a gun at his head, and then we're just supposed to be fine with her, even though we are sent to kind of like assumedly have her be on our side. But Sly's just very wary of this.
Wystera stepped forward again with the bedroom eyes and said, are you looking for someone that Strahd corrupted?
Which flies down. It's like, oh, there you go. Just like off on top of the wagon. Esmeralda, kind of. Let me just try something here. I just want to see. Yeah, Esmeralda like turns up and sees Twitch. She's like up on the wagon. Just kind of turns like, ah! And looks and is just like, okay.
That is Twitch. Say hello, Twitch.
Hi. Just immediately her stinger tail goes curls right on. Esmeralda looks at you and says, explain that to me. What does that mean? She doesn't have her weapons on her. Explain that to me. Oh no, she did. She just drew them out immediately and then just throws them back in.
Well, we were at one point we were in Strahd's castle looking for someone who had been half killed, I guess you could say, corrupted. It seems to be one of Strahd's things. One of us here, I don't actually I don't say who it is. I don't gesture towards Kari, but I say one of us here has someone we are searching for that apparently Strahd has done something to. We would love, I just asked, maybe we can help. I'm sure you seem to know a lot about Strahd that obviously we don't. Just offering bedroom eyes.
All I can really tell you is that if you're looking for corrupted individuals, every single person here is facing that. It's not exclusive to one person or multiple. Everyone's looking for someone. I'm looking for one person. If you're looking for someone else, well, I mean, you found me, but you might be looking for other people. Sooner or later, you're still looking for everyone.
Well, yes, but not everyone is biting people and turning them into God knows what, like Strahd is.
Right, and the best way to take care of that is to try and take care of him.
I agree.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
Well,
Can I quickly insight check her just to make sure she's not bullshitting us?
Yeah, for sure.
you can be more helpful than we appear, bedroom eyes.
12.
She's not really hiding much on this surface here. I'm just gonna try something. Let's see. She is.
Time to take my antidepressant.
Esmeralda is very she's very open and brash, but she certainly is keeping a lot of motive and intent behind her. She's not giving up names, she's not really giving up a lot of information because she's really reading you guys too. Like that's the whole study she's doing. She's not hiding that, but she's certainly keeping a lot away. So reading her is you're reading an efficient fighter at this moment. Like she is equipped. The fact that she can cast spells is one thing. She's really handy with her weapons. You don't know how handy she is with that musket, but there's a part of you that is noticing someone who's effective at as a singular individual. Like this is the kind of person that you don't know if you would have her lead a group of people, but you would certainly have her lead an army. Like she seems really capable. Esmeralda looks at you, Wystera, and says, look, I can see that you are enamored with this. I get it. But I also need you to understand something. I'm looking for someone specific. It isn't you, sweetheart. And all of you might be effective in some capacity, which I would certainly appreciate. But I need you to understand this as well. That if you are simply identifying that there's crazy fucks here and you're not doing anything about it, you're simply walking away, well, that tells me everything I need to know, right?
We are not walking away, honey. We are here and we're trying our best. And we have certainly done some damage, as you might say. I don't think you see what we could be of help.
Let me ask you a question. All of you together here with all of your fancy things and all this, did you not attempt to kill Strahd at all while you were in his castle? Right there?
While we were weakened, no.
Oh, you were weakened, I see.
Yes, we're waiting for the right time. Certainly, you know, timing is everything.
Of course, timing is everything. Because sometimes you might have them slip right through your fingers and, you know, might have to make a few enemies or two with certain individuals. But, you know. At this moment, Anna speaks up. And Anna just goes, Miss D'Avnir, I don't mean to sound or speak out of turn in this exchange, but I feel it's very important to get back to Krezk as soon as we can. Esmeralda looks and says, I understand. I am quite tired, but I don't know. What do you all think? Do you all think that we should all travel back to Krezk all together and bring this woman back to her husband?
Sure.
Wystera is like, I am happy to go where you go.
Esmeralda is gonna walk and is gonna certainly give you a little bit of a side smile on that, Wystera. She says, all right. Yeah, we will, but I don't think we need to travel this way. I think we need something different. You immediately see her walk over to the wagon beside her. She says, Drovash! And as she does, 4 ghostly horses magic creatures just appear at the top head of the actual wagon. She gets that set, and you see her go underneath the wagon. Give me a moment, and she disappears. And she comes back, opens up the back window. She says, "Someone come help me with this." Gestures for someone to come over. Anybody coming over?
Wystera.
Wystera, you see her pass you over a curtain of just alchemical fire and just give it, and it's just like, okay, be careful with this. Be careful with this.
I'm resistant, so I take it a little closer to myself to show off.
She's like, oh, very nice. Oh, I like to play dangerously. She tells you just to kind of bring it and take it into the tower. Be very careful. She starts moving it in with you, just like these like kind of sheets of things that she has, and she lays them all down. She's got like 4 full like curtains of alchemical fire that were just like laced on the inside of this wagon. And then she's like, "All right, everyone, hop in." And she gets up onto the front on top of the wagon.
Wystera, is there 2 chairs at the front?
There absolutely is.
Wystera jumps into the next one next to her.
Oh, absolutely, you do.
And I say inside my head to Twitch, holy fuck, I think I'm in love.
Oh, right, me too.
As I walk in the car, I just say, "You are terrifying."
It's like, oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just, yeah. She casts up her mage hand one more time, just kind of gives you a little punch off to the side with the translucent hand, just kind of passes through a little bit.
I lean over to Kari or something and just say, "Does this mean she trusts us?"
Kari just kind of goes, "I don't know, but she's really awesome." Like I'm sorry. Young 16-year-old Kari doesn't know what to do.
Outstanding.
She's terrifying, but she's also
yeah.
so hot.
Like,
It's like all of us.
Ooh. I don't know what to. Emil just kind of like.
Probably gives a little shrug, like.
Emil kind of looks at this, and she goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Where do you think you're going?" And she's like, if you're worried, I'm gonna like start raging up inside of the wagon." So like, no, no, no. You were sent with them to take care and find me. They found me now. You don't need to come with us. And Emil just kind of looks at all of you right now.
Wystera turns.
Emil to come with us. He helped.
I pat my seat next to me.
You never know, Wystera, that you never know he could be helpful.
It could be helpful in getting us killed.
Well, I suppose we all could. Look, I am not one to look for help either, but I have found in this realm, it doesn't hurt.
All right, fine. But if he sheds or starts to lap up anything in there and just like starts like making the whole place smell bad, one of you is going to clean it up.
Wystera snorts like laughter.
Emil loads up and he's just like, "God, I fucking hate her." And Kari just goes, "You watch your mouth, okay? You watch it." All right. All of you load up onto Esmeralda's wagon. And you all begin to go off into the night. And inside, there's actually kind of like lit little lanterns inside here now. So it's like got a nice orange glow on the inside. These spectral horses kind of give off a little bit of thing, but there are some lantern lock moments there. All of you are kind of cramped in the back wagon, but you're all there. And we will get to everything you guys can probably find inside of that next time, as well as allowing you guys now to level up to level 7 and Yeah. We're gonna end the session on that.
Oh, awesome.
Immediately checking what barbarians get. So I think I get.
Feral
I
instinct.
think we get. Yeah, we
have
get
advantage on
initiative.
And we can't be surprised by attacks.
Yeah.
Unless we're knocked out.
Feral instinct. We love it.
Woohoo!
Thanks,
Holy cow,
everybody.
everybody.
So
Holy
you
cow.
did you not expect us to even get to the tower, or didn't expect us to get into the tower?
Oh, I never even expected you guys to get to the tower. Like
That's what I
all
thought.
during this. Like it was funny because like I didn't realize up to a moment. I was like, man, like I rolled a nat 20 on Emil's perception, and when I did that, I was like, oh man, he's gonna find Esmeralda. Where is he?
Ah, that's what the 20 was.
Yeah, she was in two different
Yeah.
spaces, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna go right to the tower, because
Right.
it and like that was one of those things. I'm like, I could remember what everything was with the tower, and yeah, it just like was like, holy cow! It was something that I remember being like, I don't know if they're ever gonna get here, and you guys did, which was awesome.
And we found mommy.
Mommy.
Yeah, mommy, muscle mommy.
She is kind of muscle mommy. It seems like it.
100% she's muscle mommy.
Yeah,
Wystera is going to hit that.
Yeah.
She's gonna try.
Now she hits you first. Yeah, heck yeah, guys, that's fantastic. Obviously gonna really enjoy getting up to level 7 here with you guys here. Yeah, it's really
Bother you guys.
Nice.
Control
Well,
water.
that's an extra 13 HP for Eren.
sweet.
How do we do the rolling again? I always forget how to do that. Sorry.
You roll like a D8. You roll a D8 for yourself. I'm gonna roll one for Kari right now, because why the hell not?
Aaron's
I
is a
add
D12
that.
plus 4.
Yes. To your HP.
Woo! That's 10 more HP for Kari.
Nice.
I'm at 91 max HP.
Holy crap.
Aaron's beefy.
Make sure that also if you lost HP in the last little bit, that whatever you add adds to your current as well. Like it's your max and then your current's different too.
Thank you. That is very helpful.
Yeah, thank you.
I need a rest bad, you guys.
You guys woke up only a couple
91
hours
max.
ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
We did wake up?
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah,
woke
you guys-
up.
When did we
We
take a
went
rest?
to.
You took a
Krezk.
rest with Stanimir, yeah.
With who?
With Stanimir.
Yeah, before we went to Krezk.
Wait,
So we would have went straight from there to Krezk and then straight to the tower.
did you get me to 2 hit points, Noah, after we had a rest? Because you told me I only had
No, there's no way.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
No.
Okay.
Because I don't think you
Did
were
I
even part
say
of the
that?
fight.
Yeah, from what you texted me, you said I had 2 hit points. Or did you say down 2 hit points? I also
You might have been
wondered-
down to, because I don't even think you were
Let
just
me
like
read that.
trying to.
Yeah.
I think you took like 2 fire damage because you fucked up
Yeah, you
fighting
took
the
some
fire.
damage. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
you got bonked for 2 points.
Ah, okay.
Sorry,
so-
yeah. So you went down 2 hit points. You didn't go down two hit points. Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense because I was like, how do I only have 2 hit points if I had a rest? That was confusing. Okay, I didn't think we had a rest.
Yeah, no, we rested with.
15.
So does that mean was it a short rest or a long
It was
rest?
a long rest. Yeah, it was a
It
long
was a-
rest.
I got all my spells back except for the one that I used today.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Fizzled.
Sorry, I didn't know. I was confused.
91 max HP. God, I'm beat.
Oh my
That is
gosh.
outstanding. Cheapers.
That's terrifying.
Eren is a beefy halfling.
Damn, I should have brought that dragon out. All right.
I'm glad. So if I did it
Three
starting at the
choice.
other spot,
I rolled a 9 and get +4.
Sorry, what was that, Kylah?
If I had done the dance starting at the other spot, like starting at the end, would I have fucked something up?
Oh no. It's cool because like that door opens two ways, and it's just one of the two different ways to open it is with the arms. Like you just get to choose which one.
Fucking genius.
Yeah, you just don't want to beef it wrong.
But does
Keep it.
does one of them, so one of them isn't an error, or like something doesn't happen?
No, you can do one or the other. Yep.
Cool.
Do them in the
Very
wrong order. The dragon appears.
Yeah, sure, you can
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah.
Ancient dragon.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
As soon as you said like, "Oh, I'm surprised you guys didn't wake up the dragon," I was like, "Oh no, if I did the dance wrong, would I
Do
fuck
it.
that
Do
up?"
the dance backwards. You wake up the dragon.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm just gonna cut off the recording right here now. Thanks everybody for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're really looking forward to doing this again and continuing on with this adventure because it's crazy. But everybody have a good night. Take care.